Campfacer.
What's going on, guys? Campfacer here. First off, before I get into all this, let me just clarify that I absolutely love Friday the 13th, the game. I've been a backer for ever since the Kickstarter released. I've been a backer. I donated. I got into it. I was a fan of the game before it was called Friday the 13th. It was actually called Summer Camp. I remember seeing it pop up on Facebook, and it was an idea in the making, and I absolutely got right into the whole idea of it. So I started following the game, and it got bigger, and they changed the whole idea around a little bit more when it became Friday the 13th, when they got the rights to, when Sean S. Cunningham gave them the license to make it Friday the 13th. So, yeah, I've been on board since day one. The community is awesome. The game brought me, it brought the horror movie, my past outside of my heart. Deep down it was buried. When I was a kid growing up, I remember I would go see Friday the 13th. I'd rent the VHS. Actually, funny story is the first time I ever saw Friday the 13th movie, I was 8 years old, and I went to the video rental store, and my mom had to go with me because they wouldn't let a little kid rent a horror movie, obviously. So she gave me permission. I'm going to let you rent a horror movie for the first time. So me being a boy, I was like, what am I going to do? I'm going to pick the cover of a movie that is the most appealing and brutal. And of course, which one did I pick? Friday the 13th, the final chapter, because on the cover it had the hockey mask with a knife going through the eye. I had no idea what the movie was about. All I said was, I want that one. That one looks awesome. So I picked that one, and I remember watching it by myself in our den. And by the time the movie was over, I was like blown away, and at the same time I was scared to death. And I immediately put on Police Academy, the first Police Academy movie we rented, and I put that on to soothe me out. I was like, oh, I need to watch something else. So anyways, let me get into it. That's my little story. And Friday the 13th, actually, the game, Gun Media brought this whole thing out of my, deep down in my whatever you call it, my heart. It was buried down in my heart. Because as I got older, I started doing other things in life, and I stopped playing video games. I stopped watching a lot of horror movies, and since this game's been coming out, it brought all that back outside, and in a good way. And I got back into playing video games again. I got back into my horror movie stuff. I'm being more myself, happy. It's awesome. I'm meeting a lot of fun, new, cool people out there on the forums, on Twitter. It's awesome. I love all this stuff, and the video game is absolutely amazing. Of course, there could be things that could be better, but every game out there could be better things in every game. So I mean, you got to have a point where you got to stop and say, hey, we didn't even have a Friday the 13th game for over 20 years until Gun Media came out with us. So all the complaining you see, it's like, come on, guys. You got to rewind a little bit. If they didn't come out with this idea and do this, we wouldn't even have a Friday the 13th game. We'd still have the NES version. But let me get into my thoughts of the way I feel the game could be a little bit better. I'm not saying the game's bad, but let's say the community out there right now is talking about how the game's kind of fizzling towards like people not having fun with it anymore. They're joking. Jason's not as scary as he should be. Right now, the counselors are the threat, not Jason. It's almost like Jason should find a way to get in the boat and get the hell out of Camp Crystal Lake before he gets teabagged. Now, in my experience, it goes both ways. I get scared to be the counselors because sometimes I don't make it out, sometimes I do. But Jason, sometimes I'm playing Jason and I get a lot of kills, but lately sometimes I won't get any kills, and if anything, I get teabagged and laughed at. And in my book, if you're in Camp Crystal Lake and Jason's really out there, you're gonna die. There's no question about it. Jason's gonna fucking kill you. Now, if you knock Jason down in real life and then you go over and try teabagging him, he's gonna rip your nuts off. There's no question about it. You wouldn't go teabagging Jason. So, my first thing about the game that annoys me is when somebody comes up and you're Jason and they hit you with a baseball bat and you get knocked down right away, one hit, boom, you fall down. Okay, you're down for a second or two and then you slowly get back up. And then say somebody else has a bat or a pipe or a wrench and they hit you in the head and knock you down. And it could repeat over and over and over, and it has happened. I got knocked down 6 times in a row as soon as I stood back up because counselors were constantly hitting me. Now, in the movie, if Jason gets hit with a bat or a blunt object and gets knocked down, okay, once maybe. When he stands up and you hit him again, he's not going to fucking fall down. He's going to stand there and look at you as he grabs you by the throat and rips your eyeballs out, alright? So in the game, my idea was, if you hit Jason down once with a baseball bat, okay, that's fine. But they say you get back up and you hit Jason again with a bat, or it didn't break it. You hit him with a bat again or a pipe. Well, it'll take 3 times instead of once. It'll take 3 times from now on, throughout the whole game. Okay, because he's in a little bit of a rage. I don't know how it would really work, but say maybe even everybody. Somebody could hit him down once, but then now it takes 3 hits for everybody to hit him down. It could work that way, or it could work the way with each counselor. At least that way it kind of gives a Jason player more of a OP feeling, like Jason really would in real life. Okay? So you still get to knock him down once, one shot once, but then every other time it's 3 times throughout the match. So that's my baseball bat knockdown idea. Okay, idea number 2. After Jason gets knocked down, now, I've seen a lot of people, including myself, get trolled by counselors by teabagging and laughing and thinking it's funny. Running over Jason and hopping up and down teabagging him. I don't know where this whole teabag thing came from. I don't know if it's a squeaker thing. It's like a trend. It's very annoying. I don't like it. It's very insulting to the Jason player. It should not happen in this game. But I came up with an idea. Well, it's not really my idea. One of my friends, SGS, I play with him a lot. He threw the idea towards me, and I don't even know if he made it up. I don't know where it came from, but I want to say SGS came up with the idea, and then I kind of like worked into the idea that when Jason gets knocked down, say somebody gets close to him in like a certain radius, maybe like a 2-foot radius from the Jason player. If you get close to him, as soon as you knock him down, he automatically will, boom, grab your leg, your ankle, and you can't move. He's hanging onto your ankle, and he won't let go, and you can't go anywhere until he slowly stands back up. As soon as Jason stands back up, you break free, and you have a split second before he could either grab you by the neck or hit you. So, and on top of that, as soon as he grabs your ankle, anybody in the plain view sight of Jason that's around at that moment in time, everybody goes into it's a jump scare, so everybody goes into instant fear, and they have no more mini-map. Everything gets kind of dark. You're freaking out. Everyone slows down, and that all ends as soon as Jason lets the guy's ankle go. Okay? Now, it could be played out in different ways. As soon as you grab somebody's ankle as Jason, like as if they go by your body as you're laying down, and they grab your ankle, now somebody could go over and try to pull him free. Now, if he pulls him free quicker, then everybody gets out of fear mode and he can help his friend get away as Jason's slowly trying to get back up. That was my idea as far as Jason grabbing somebody's ankle. It would help the whole situation when the cops come and say somebody hits you down and everyone's running and laughing and teabagging you. Now, if you grab somebody's ankle, then that might help defend that whole situation from people getting away. You might be able to catch more people, or it'll at least eliminate the teabagging thing, and it'll give a new mechanic to Jason. It wouldn't hurt to be put in the game. I think it would be fun. It would make like the movies. The horror movie guy gets knocked down, you think he's dead, quote unquote, and you walk over, and what happens? Boom, he grabs your ankle. So I would hope that they could add something like that in the game. My other idea is I love playing a stocky Jason, okay? I love scaring the crap out of people, jump scares. If you have seen some of my clips from me playing as a counselor and getting jump scared by Jason, that really immerses you into the game. I'm going to put a clip up right now that you guys can check out of me getting jump scared, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Oh my god, that was so fucking scary, dude. Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, I thought he
so
took
we're
off.
back, and that was my jump scare clip. Now, can you imagine if that happened more often in the game? The problem is, stalk always comes too late in the game. It always comes when everyone has already looted all the cabins, and there's no more room for Jason to say, hey, I'm going to go in this cabin real quick and hide in this room where I think that they're going to come in and look for keys, because they're all looted, and at that point in time, everybody's all running about trying to get into the car started and everything. So if they could make stalk happen immediately in the game, it could even start loading when sense is loading at the same time, so you get sense and stalk at the same time. That would be a lot of fun, because then you could immediately go to Packanack, walk upstairs before somebody gets in there, shut the doors, Jason. You could stand kind of behind the door, and you could hit stalk. And now as soon as the door opens, a counselor, they don't know Jason's there. They're walking in, they're going to open a drawer, look for a Tommy tape or a Pamela tape or a weapon or a knife or something. They're walking up. They don't know you're there. You could slowly start walking behind them, and as soon as you get behind them, boom, jump scare, you get the grab, you get the kill. Now, a lot of people are going to complain about, they're going to say, oh, but then everyone will die too quick. All right, first off, who lives in Friday the 13th? If you go to fucking Camp Crystal Lake, you're dead, all right? That's how it is. It's the movies. Two, Jason is OP. And Jason does stalk in the beginning of every single movie until like 3/4 of the way through. Then he becomes more known chasing people, and it's game on. But he stalks one at a time in the movies, so he should be able to stalk in the game. That would be a lot of fun. Now, it will, every time you use stalk, it does have to reload. It has to has a cooldown like it always does. So you don't. If you spend most of your time stalking somebody, you're wasting a lot of time while people are repairing the car and doing this and doing that. So, but it gives you the option to play the stocky Jason.
Another idea I have that is a very big problem in this game is the cops, okay? I'm not saying take the cops away and get rid of it. What I'm saying is, once the cops are called, it's pretty much a given for counselors to eventually get down there and make their way by Jason and get away by the cops. And it's becoming like a very stressful part in the Jason player. Now, what I'm saying is not get rid of the cops, but if they could do something, maybe give you a specific window time, as soon as they're called and as soon as the cops arrive and you hear those sirens, you only have, let's say, 3 minutes to get down to the, or 2 minutes even, to get to the cops. Once that 2 minutes is up, the cops are gone. Now you're stuck inside the camp, no cops. So now your other option is either maybe a car if it's available, or a boat, or ride out the time. That would be really cool because that way, not everybody's going to run out to the cops. That would be a very, very good idea, and I think they should do something like that. I don't know, maybe there's not enough room in the cop car. Maybe only 4 people can get out, or 3 people, and then once 3 people get out by the cops, maybe the sirens leave. I don't know. Maybe you could even have it where if Jason walks through, he could shoot the cop and kill the cop, and they don't get away, and he goes up to the car and tries to brutally murder them, and they have to run back into the campground. If he can get by the cops' bullets. Maybe he gets shot down 1, 2, 3 times. I don't know. Maybe they could add some kind of fun little thing like that in the game. I'm not saying the cops are a bad idea. I'm just saying we gotta do something to give it a better experience as a Jason player and more scary for the counselors. That would be a cool mechanic too. But I do like the idea of taking away the cops after, say, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Make it hard. Make it harder and scarier on the counselors. So yeah. So that was that. And my let me see. My last little idea that I came up with a long time ago on the forums is to add snare traps to the game. Now, imagine if Jason, on top of having the bear traps, he had, say, let's say 4 snare traps, okay? A snare trap is a rope, a hoop made out of a rope that usually snags somebody's leg like a trap and they get stuck in it. Now, a lot of snare traps from the past in movies and stuff, they take place up in trees where somebody will walk and they step on the snare trap and they get caught in it and it tows them upside down hanging from a tree. Now, could you imagine if Jason could place those and you don't see them at all, but he could place those in random spots, and once a counselor runs over and steps on that area, they get snagged, flipped upside down, hanging from a tree, and now the whole screen, if you're the counselor, the whole screen will flip. So you're looking at the TV screen or your computer screen, and it's upside down. Now, the only way to get down is you have to call for help for a counselor to come over, and they have to have either a pocket knife or a machete or some kind of sharp object to cut the rope. And the way to do it is they would have to maybe push X over and over until they load the circle, and then it would chop you down. Otherwise, Jason would come over and do an environmental snare kill on you, which would probably be the slicing your throat open, like from the film. I forget which one. Was it part 3 that happened? The snare trap? So yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I guess it would have to be underneath either a tree area or like a window, like with a roof that overhangs the window, because I guess you could, quote unquote, Jason tie it to the top of the roof or something. And that would be a cool spot because that way you go to get in the window, you open the window to go in it, and all of a sudden, wham, you're upside down in front of a window. That would be scary. That would be a cool mechanic to add on top of the bear trap. So that way Jason's a little more OP with more weapons to use as far as snare trap, bear trap. He's got his ability to not get knocked down on one shot every single time. He's got the leg grab. It keeps the people from trolling him, the teabag, or say somebody runs past him or over him when he's knocked down, he could grab their ankle. Now he's also got the stalk immediately in the beginning of the match. These are some of my ideas, and the community's ideas. I'm just relaying them to you. I don't have the rights to these ideas. I'm not getting credit for them. I'm just having fun talking to you guys about the game. This would make it that much better as Jason, because there's going to be people saying, no, it's going to be too hard that way, Camp. You know what? If I'm a counselor, I want it to be harder. I want Jason to brutally murder everybody. I want it to be scarier to get out of there. People should not escape as much as they are in this game. When you escape, you should really feel like, wow! Call up your friends. Dude, I just got away. No way, you got away? How'd you get away? I don't know, I got lucky and we played as a team, we worked really hard, but it seems like everyone's getting away. There's like 5-year-olds online right now playing the game, getting away non-stop, and they know the ways around Jason and trolling him. It needs to be fixed up a little bit. They need to tidy this up and make Jason actually scary.
You gotta be shitting bricks when you're a counselor and you're playing this game. And the only way to do that is to make Jason a little more OP and make it harder to play a counselor. That's it. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. Again, I love this game. I just hope it gets better and better and better and better, and I'm sure it will, because Gun Media and Ilphonic are doing a great job. If you guys, I'm going to put a link in the description below where I normally play this game on twitch.tv/Campfacer. Head on over there. Click the purple heart follow button. I live stream the game all the time, almost every night. If you go over there and you follow me, I'll get you in the game when I go live. If you're playing on PS4, make sure you subscribe to this video on my channel here. I appreciate it. I will see you guys later. And let me know in the comments below what you think about the ideas that I just talked about. And if you have a idea to make Jason better or the game a little bit better, leave a comment below and I will respond and we'll hang out. All right? Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.